Once upon a time, there lived a girl called Jumoke. Jumoke was the only daughter of her parents. She was the most beautiful girl in the village. Many suitors would come and ask for her hand in marriage, but she rejected them, saying she wanted to marry a rich man. She wanted to maintain a rich lifestyle, therefore, she needed a wealthy man who would take care of her. Eventually, she accepted Uche's proposal. Uche was a very wealthy man. Although he had come from another village, he was very well liked amongst everyone. He asked for Jumoke's hand in marriage because he liked her and wanted to marry her. And so they got married according to tradition. Jumoke was not fully aware of what her husband did. She did not know whether he was a farmer, a fisherman, or a businessman. She just knew that he had a lot of money. In Uche's home, he had many animals, mostly goats. Uche said he kept farm animals for his own use. So, when Uche left for business, Jumoke would feed the animals, she would feed the goats and the chicken. One day, as she was feeding the goats, she saw one that was far away from the others. The goat was looking at her as if it could see through her soul. This made Jumoke scared. The goat was of a different color, it was black, while the others were white. He did not eat with the other goat, he just stayed away in a corner looking at Jumoke with evil in its eye. When Uche came back home, Jumoke told him that the black goat scared her. She wanted to kill it so that they could eat it. Her husband agreed to this. He said that, for now, leave the goat alone. In 2 weeks' time, we will kill it and eat it. Jumoke was still scared, but 2 weeks was a short time. She could wait. However, her husband left for business for long days and weeks, leaving her alone. One night, as he had come back, Jumoke was sleeping with her husband. She suddenly woke up. Something had woken her up, but she did not know what it was. She looked around the room and saw nothing. She was about to go back to sleep when she turned to her window, and that's when she saw it. She saw the black goat. It was staring with such evil in its eye at the couple. Jumoke was scared. She woke her husband up. By the time he woke up and turned, he did not see any goats at the window. He thought his wife was seeing things and she had had a nightmare. The next day, Jumoke decided to feed the animals again before she left for the market. As usual, the black goat did not eat. It just stared at Jumoke. Jumoke was scared and uncomfortable. She would have to meet the medicine man, she told herself. If this goat was evil, she had to get rid of it. Jumoke went to the market. At the market, she met her friend Ezinne. After exchanging pleasantries, Ezinne suddenly came closer to her friend. She asked, "What's happening to you?" Jumoke asked her, "What do you mean?" "You're becoming more hairy, Jumoke. Didn't you notice it?" "No." "And your ears are becoming longer." "Longer? Ah, how do you mean?" Jumoke asked. Ezinne looked at her as if she was dumb. "Can't you see what's happening to your body, Jumoke? It's changing." It was at this point that Jumoke actually took a good look at herself, and indeed something was happening to her. But why didn't she notice it all this while? As she left, she kept thinking of what her friend had said. She was getting close to her home, but she wasn't paying attention. When from nowhere, a snake appeared. By the time Jumoke had noticed it, it was too late. It was about to strike. However, before it could strike her, the black goat came from nowhere and shielded Jumoke. The snake struck the goat and it slithered away. The goat then collapsed. Jumoke immediately carried the goat home and nursed it back to health. The next week, Jumoke was on her way to feed the animals again when a scorpion came out of nowhere. She was about to step on it when the black goat called out to her, "Meh, meh, meh." That's when Jumoke noticed the scorpion. Using a large stone, she picked it up and killed it. Again, the black goat had come to her rescue. The black goat went into its barn with the other goats and lay there. It looked at Jumoke with a sad face. Something was really wrong, Jumoke said. She had to go and see the medicine man. That night, as they ate, Her husband told her that it was time to kill the goat. He will kill it tomorrow and they will have it for dinner. Jumoke all of a sudden did not like this. She was the one who wanted to kill the goat, but now she hesitated. The goat has saved her 2 times now. Surely it was not evil, she said. The next day, Jumoke went to the medicine man. She told him all that had happened. As she spoke, the man kept looking at her in a strange way. What's wrong? She asked. The man asked her, Are you okay? Yes, I am. I just need to know what I should do with the black goats. The man said the same thing that her friend Ezine had said weeks ago at the market. Something is wrong. You're changing, the man said. The man looked directly at Jumoke and said, I do not know who is doing this to you, but someone is gradually turning you into a goat. A goat? The man repeated himself. There is someone around you who is gradually turning you into a goat and eventually will sacrifice you for an offering. But why? Jumoke cried. Who would do such a thing? The medicine man told her that he only knew of one spiritual creature who eats human goats. Its name was Ara. Anyone who worshipped him would sacrifice humans as goats for him in exchange for wealth. Think very carefully. Who would do this to you? Which enemies do you have? Jumoke was flabbergasted. Yes, she can be vain, but she had no enemies. She was not a troublemaker. Who will do this to her? She cried. Such a person will have unrestricted access to you, what you eat, where you sleep, and where you go. The only person who had such access to her was her husband. Immediately, Jumoke screamed. She ran home with all her might, in fear. She just wanted to pack her things and run away. But when she got home, she saw her husband trying to kill the black goat. This time, the goat was crying like a human, screaming for help. Jumoke picked up a stone and threw it at her husband. It hit him on the head, and he screamed. How dare you? He shouted. He stood up, looking at her with evil in his eyes. I know what you are, Jumoke shouted. You worship Ara, that evil creature. Uche was surprised at this, but he did not turn away. He said, Then what are you, you greedy woman? Is it not because of my money you married me? You and all the rest of them. I do not have time for this. He lunged to strike her, but the medicine man appeared. He struck Uche down with an arrow. He screamed and fell down as he died. The black goat and all the other goats Jumoke had been feeding turned into women. Thank you so much for listening to another episode. If you liked it, please subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you to those who have subscribed. Thank you to those who have supported. Until next time, goodbye.